Hello there. Good evening. The organizational challenges of getting a 6th grade to the stage for the first time in the year is rather interesting. So we made it, though. We're only a little bit late. Thank you very much. My name is Scott Mertens. I am the Sycamore Middle School band director. And this is our first band concert of the year. We'll have the 6th grade, there'll be a short intermission, we'll have the 7th grade coming up, and then we'll have the 8th grade after that, and then after that we'll have one combined piece with the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. It's going to be a wonderful concert. These guys have made so much progress. One of the reasons for that progress is that we've been very fortunate to have a couple of student teachers that have worked with these students this year. The first one, Brittany O'Reilly, I don't know if she's in the audience tonight. She was going to try to make it. Oh, she's somewhere here. I'm sorry, I said Brittany O'Reilly. I apologize. It's Brittany Mall because she got married right around the end of her student teaching. So, hello, Mrs. Mall. How are you doing? And my second student teacher is the one that's currently here right now. He is a graduate of Elgin High School. And from down the road, and made it through some of the quasi-hazardous conditions this morning and made it here very well. He's been working with our 6th graders backstage and keeping them pretty focused. I'm really thankful that he's here. And he will be our first conductor tonight on the first piece they are doing. This is Fanfare Heroica, conducted by Mr. Kyle Anderson. Okay. So for this song, we're going to show our softer side, our sensitive side. You heard some great seventh graders. You might remember that piece from last year, right? Yeah, we opened up the year, and I liked it so much. I'm like, you know what? We're going to use that with our sixth graders this year, and they did a wonderful job with it as well. So good job. Now, this song is called Sakura. It means cherry blossom. If any of you have ever been in Washington, D.C. over the mid-April and you've seen the Cherry Blossom Festival they have there, it's absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend it at some point. Go if you can. But anyway, this Sakura is a Japanese piece. We get to use some of our more fancy percussion equipment on this one. And I'm looking forward to it. This is Sakura. One of the big talks that we had today was concert etiquette. I think I forgot to talk about when I talk between songs, don't talk. Okay, so don't talk. Percussion's okay to talk. They have to communicate. That's cool. They can talk and get stuff worked out. Everybody else. Here we go. Learning experience. It's great. Okay. For our third piece, this is Larry Dane is a former band director, and he is the CEO of Dane Publications. He lives in New Glarus, Wisconsin. Some of you I know are probably familiar with that. It's a Swiss, I believe, village that's in Wisconsin. It's about 2 hours from here. It's beautiful. It's really nice. They have a great fall festival in October. I've been there, and he actually sponsors like some of the they have like dancing as part of it, and he sponsors a lot of that. He's a wonderful writer for middle school band, and this is a great sixth grade piece. It evokes a castle, which eighth graders will be evoking a different sort of UK castle in a little bit. But this is Nottingham Castle. So, one thing I wanted to bring up, and this is something that hasn't even made it into email yet, but I just wanted to kind of announce this tonight. It looks like we're going to be able to have a bus. Some of the 7th and 8th graders who are out in the audience had an opportunity to do this last year. We're going to have a sign up probably first come, first serve. You'll get more details about it probably tomorrow or Friday, but we have enough money for a number of tickets so we can give free tickets for students that are at the Rockford Wind Ensemble. We'll be giving a concert on Sunday, December 4th. And I now have permission to have a bus, and I'm able to purchase a certain number of tickets. I'll give you the exact number. But those students who are free on that Sunday, we're going to take a trip up to Rockford that Sunday. I think we're going to do one bus, certainly to start with, and see what sort of interest we have. But free admission for students. Parents, we probably will ask for them to pay for tickets, but at least that's the plan right now. But we're looking at having free admission for students for that concert. Just so happens that Mr. Ken Goodman is the director of the Rockford Wind Ensemble as of this year. So they're going to be playing a wonderful diversity of music, of holiday music that will put you in a great mood. Those people who went to the concert last year, it sounds like really enjoyed it. So anyway, that's happening on December 4th. You're going to be getting some more information. I know it's kind of late coming together, but it's a really exciting opportunity that these guys will have an opportunity to see professional wind ensemble, basically a professional concert band, where they get together and they'll play all these songs. It's a wonderful group. I took a group, like I said, I took a group last year. They had a great time. Highly recommended. It's a great way to get you in the holiday spirit. So stay tuned for more information on that. Okay, this is our fourth and final tune for the sixth grade. Again, the growth that they've made the last few months has been fantastic. You see this nice big group here. It's nice when, you know, anyway, it's been really nice to have kind of a more normal sort of start for these guys and get them moving on. And I think it's a fantastic group that's you're going to hear a lot about in the next few years. This is Raiders March from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I'll have them get up in a second and switch places with the seventh grade. But before I do, I just want to, Lola Boksa? Go ahead and stand up. Lola auditioned for the ILMEA All District Concert Band and made it on Flute as a Sixth Grader. That is fantastic. So I just want to take a second to acknowledge her. I neglected to do that earlier, my apologies. Okay, at this point, we will now have the sixth graders cycle off this way. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so Delaney, yep, first row Delaney, yep, right down the front, cycle one. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. Put your stuff away, go ahead and go. So, the heat vision isn't working tonight. Good for them. Okay, anyway. We now have the 7th grade on stage. Obviously, we're a little smaller. What is nice, like the vast majority of the students who started in 7th grade band during the midst of COVID, we did something kind of crazy. We were like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and try to start all of these students on Fridays on video. And I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna work. You know what? It was not bad. It really wasn't that bad. And what was great is that we were able to get, one of the strengths of that actually was in those lessons, we made really good bonds. Like, I know these students really quite well, and they've just come along so well. I'm so proud of every student on stage in both 7th and 8th grade, and 6th grade too, obviously, too. 6th grade, sorry. It's been a long, I had a concert last night. I'm starting to get a little loopy, so please bear with me. Okay. But anyway, like the 7th and 8th grade had significant portions of their education interrupted with COVID, and I'm so proud of both of these groups for the work that they've done. And I'm looking forward to more big groups moving forward. Our 5th grade group did a fantastic job last night, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with the stuff we're gonna be doing with these guys over the next few years. Okay, the first piece we're gonna do, this is excerpts from Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture. Now, interestingly, it was written as a commission regarding ironically, the Russian defense of Russia during Napoleon's siege of during 1812. People a lot of times think it was about American, fighting back the British in 1812. No, that's not it. It was actually the Russians playing defense against the French, who were trying to occupy their land. Actually made it to Moscow, but it got too cold for them, and then they left, and they eventually fought back the Russians and defended their country. So, anyway, this is the 1812 Overture, and it will feature again my student teacher, Mr. Kyle Anderson. before I forget, I'd like to acknowledge those students who will be participating in the ILMEA Concert Band Festival. A little bit about what that is. It's basically all district band. Students now do video auditions and submit them. And then they're judged and they're put in order. And anyway, if they pass a certain threshold, and it's not easy to do for band. They have to do a scale sheet and they have to do a not easy etude. So I'd just like to congratulate 4 members of the band here. There's also a jazz festival which occurred this last weekend up at Hononegah High School. So I'd like to acknowledge the following people who are going to be participating in those festivals or have participated. This past weekend, Mr. Ben Fitzenreiter on alto sax, he participated in that. What was really cool is that the director for his band was a person by the name of Sam Simpson. Those of you who may have gone to St. Mary's for some time, I know has done some of the music over there over the years because he was a Sycamore High School graduate, so we're pretty proud of him. He and Garth Anderson, actually, a former Sycamore teacher and Sycamore graduate, both teach together in the northwest suburbs at a school. So anyway, more trivia than you probably wanted. Those that are going to participate this weekend are on flute, Miss Bailey Rundle, on clarinet, Miss Bronwyn Butler, and on trombone, Mr. Max Mangini. Go ahead and stand up. Very much looking forward to having a number of our 6th graders and 7th graders audition for that group next year, and even some 5th graders, current 5th graders. So anyway, our next piece is a favorite of mine over the years. Mark Williams is a fantastic arranger, and he kind of stitched together 4 songs from Scotland and called the piece Songs of Scotland. And it's going to feature Mr. Kyle Anderson, who is a clarinet player by trade. He will be joining us for this piece. This is Songs of Scotland. Okay. We're going to play our third piece, and then we will make way for the 8th grade band. Before I forget, though, I want to put in a word tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the high school library, which if you come down this hallway right here and you make a right, and it's like at kind of the middle of that hallway, it's where the library is for the high school. That's where the Sycamore Music Boosters meets. Most months at third Thursday, 6 p.m. So anyway, that's tomorrow night. We welcome new membership. We just got done with another successful, I believe it's the 50th or 51st Autumn Craft and Treasure Market. We have a couple parents in the audience tonight, Ms. Janelle Robers and Ms. Darcy Anderson. Their work, as well as many of the other volunteers for Sycamore Music Boosters, they just did a fantastic job. I cannot thank them enough. I would like to take a second to thank them very much for all their efforts in organizing everything. It was a very successful craft fair. The proceeds from that go towards opportunities, goes for scholarships, goes sometimes for equipment. Some of the instruments that these guys are playing on stage, some of the bigger instruments, were funded, at least in part and oftentimes in whole, by the Sycamore Music Boosters. I just want to thank them for all of their amazing help moving forward. Thank you again. Yeah. So, and again, I want to thank all of the parents out there who had an opportunity to volunteer for that. Just any time that you were able to give for that, just an immense help that it has for our program and for these students. Again, thank you so much. Okay, this last song that they're going to do, they'll be back up in a little bit, but the last song they're going to do by themselves is a personal favorite of mine. It's Ghosts in the Graveyard. They're going to try to scare your small children out there. So just, is that true? Yes. That's their goal, okay? It takes dynamic contrast, remember, surprise them. Okay, we have our methods. Let's try this. Thank you. That's pretty funny. I look around and the seventh grades are clapping for themselves. Like, yeah, we did good. We did. I'm like, okay, well, all right. Okay, I guess that's a good sign. You usually don't applaud for yourselves, but okay, whatever. All right. So, all right. So we will now bring up the 8th grade and have the 7th grade sit back down over here, and then so it'll be a couple minutes, and we'll be right back with you. Thank you. Okay. One moment. So let's have you guys go ahead and cycle off this way, and then come back down around here.
Good evening. My name is Ken Goodman. I'm the high school band director. I also teach 5th grade. It's really a pleasure to see the students as they progress from 5th grade onward. I'm up here to talk to the parents of 8th grade and the 8th grade students too. I know it's hard to believe this already, but it's time to talk about high school. And we have a really awesome event coming up. We know some of the students joined us for the chance to perform at the high school marching band. Well, this is even more fun because it's inside. They get a chance to perform with their high school pep band at one of our basketball games. And to hopefully make that a little bit more fun, we have a pizza party beforehand. So that information will be coming out to you in the next few days, because normally it's in January, but it's in December this year. So we want to get that out to you as soon as possible and hope that all the students can join us for that. We do play together so the 8th grade and the high school band will play together for that event, and we will provide music for these students hopefully before Thanksgiving break. It's almost ready to go, so we hope to get that to them before they leave for that break and give them a chance to practice that. So we look forward to having the students join us for that event, and it is a lot of fun, so we hope to see all of them there for that. Thank you very much, and we'll get started with the 8th grade band.
We're just going to do a little warm-up crowd. You don't have to applaud. I'm just going to listen to them a little bit. 1, crowd number 3, 2. Thank you. That's okay. It's my way of kind of listening and making sure we're more or less in tune. We'll take that. Okay, thank you. So, that's right. So, this first piece is a classic of the young band literature. It's by James Swearingen, who's written many pieces for middle school and high school band, and has done a fantastic work transcribing some of the works of Carl King. He's one of the great march composers, along with Henry Fillmore and John Philip Sousa. So anyway, this is one of my personal favorites of his. This is called Ashton Overture. One of the great composers that's kind of a bridge from the Romantic era into the more modern era is a man by the name of Gustav Holst. And some of you may have heard of him. He's probably best known for his suite, The Planets, from which our next piece, the chorale from which one of those is taken. It details the planets that were known at the time. This is Mars is probably the most famous one that goes and then the trombones. Anyway, if you've heard it, it's really an amazing piece of music, and it really sets the tone. If you've heard John Williams, like especially his Star Wars and his more space-oriented pieces, Holst really is kind of the forerunner for that. If you listen to like the planets, the suite from the planets, you'll hear that. Wow, that a lot of the John Williams, that's where he got a lot of his inspiration. You can hear it. This is one of the more laid-back pieces from this. It's taken from Jupiter, the movement to Jupiter. There's a lot more to it. We just kind of James Kurnow, a great arranger for young band, took the chorale from that and arranged that for young band. So this is the chorale from Jupiter. A lot of music that is very popular for a middle school band. There's sort of an epic nature to it. There's sort of a kind of a battle. It kind of points to, the music kind of points to there's some sort of battle, perhaps between good and evil, who knows. But anyway, there's sort of a siege taking place, and it just sort of tells a musical story. So I invite you on this song, Pevensey Castle, to imagine what might be taking place. If you want to, sixth graders especially, why don't you close your eyes and don't talk, and just imagine a scene and what might be taking place during this song. And this song will be directed by the very capable hands of Mr. Kyle Anderson as well. Thank you. One more song. We're going to call the 7th graders back on up to the stage. We're going to sit where we sat earlier, and we're going to play one more song. Okay. So we only need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We only need 7 on the first row. We're going to have Rom in there, good there, good there. Second row. You can go. Pretty sure you're going to need to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Carlos, you're going to be 8 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Carlos, you're going to have to move down 1. You're going to have to move down 1. Yeah, yeah, I guess so, yeah. You guys can move down a little. Yeah, that's good. That's good. We're good. You good with that? I know. You're all right, girl. You'll be great. So, as we play our final piece tonight, I just want to thank a few people. Again, I want to thank Miss Small out there. I want to thank Mr. Anderson, both of whom have been very, very capable student teachers. If you know of any schools hiring music teachers or band directors, please, well, we're all music teachers, sorry. You know, do think about them. I want to thank Mr. Ken Goodman, who is, you can't imagine how busy he's been for the last month. And he said, okay, I'll be here to you know, like last night I was talking to me, he's like, I'll be here tomorrow night. I'm like, man, I would totally understand if you didn't, because he's the ILMEA president. There have been festivals the last 3 weeks, and they've been extra challenging to organize. So the fact that he's here right now, I just want to thank him for all of his efforts tonight and for the last, I don't know how many months. I want to thank again all the music teachers in the district. I want to thank our administrators, Mr. Clavin, Ms. Frankowitz, and Mr. Drennan. And again, I want to thank you. What we learn from band, I mean, yes, we learn about music. We learn, and there are academic benefits that go along with it. You know, having to read music in time kind of speeds up the eyes, speeds up the brain. The grit that they develop by doing this just helps them immensely. The feedback loop, and this is an underestimated part of this. Like, I'm constantly giving them feedback, sometimes direct, in front of a bunch of people. The character that they gain by having that, you know, and just being able to take that in and do something with it, you know, and not be like, oh man, you know. Like swiper no swiping. That's one of my favorite illusions. You know, they do something with it. They don't just shut down and go, oh shucks. You know, they get in there and they work on this stuff and they do a great job. You hear about growth mindset. This right here is growth mindset. They go from this not being able to play anything like this to being able to put this together in a fairly short amount of time. So again, music education, it isn't just about music education, it's about character education. And now, post-COVID, more than ever, I can't speak highly enough about what it does for our students. Again, thank you for making music a priority in your children's life. This piece is by Roland Barrett, and it is called Arabian Dances, and it's a lot of fun. I want to acknowledge really quickly Amelia Weingars on the clarinet solo at the beginning, Maddie Sullivan on the xylophone, Ben Tucker on the flute, Alec Eiffel with a lot of tambourine on that piece. So anyway, thank you to all the soloists on that piece. Congratulations. Well done. Gets real crowded in that hallway out right there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take these guys in back, have them put their instruments away, and then they'll meet you. It's probably easy if they meet you here or at your car. I'd say probably here. So, but they'll be back out there in just a little bit. We don't need to move. I don't think the percussion this time. We do need to collect the small percussion and collect that. So percussionists, make sure we get all the small stuff. Either put it in the purple bin, or there's a box in the band room. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Sorry. Thank you, everyone. Have a safe drive tonight. Take care.